How's it going, everybody? So we have another project in my driveway that was quick after the orange Mustang left. That thing is running awesome. Mike is satisfied with that. So if you're interested in any 94 to 04 Mustangs, email me at pjsgarageinc@gmail.com and I will get you in touch with him. Otherwise, let's go check out the next project. All right, so there it is, a 2001 Mustang GT. It's in pretty decent shape. A little bit of surface rust underneath, but nothing that can't be fixed. Has the American Racing Cobra R replica wheels, as you can see, and those awful looking lug nuts. I just don't understand who in their right mind would put those lug nuts on, but I already started taking them off. But anyway, back to the tour. So the interior is all black leather. It is in pretty decent shape for the year. Automatic. So I mean, like I said, it's pretty decent. Usually these interiors are all ripped up and neglected, but they took pretty good care of it. So I'm not sure about this yellow. Here's the engine bay. It's got an Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock fuel rails, Edelbrock coil-on plugs. So the story goes, I guess it was a father-son project. They were trying to turn it into a race car. They took a transmission out of a 96 Mustang, which is still a 4R70W. Put a lot of money into building that transmission, and they put it in, and this car just won't move at all. Apparently they put the wrong valve body in, all this stuff. So we have a solution to fix that. So first thing I'm going to start off doing is getting those lug nuts off, because I have kids that run around here and I don't feel safe with those things on there. I mean, they're cool on like beefed up semi trucks and everything, but not a Mustang. That's just wrong. So let's get going on this. All right, I'm going to start getting these ridiculous lug nuts out. So I can't find the actual key for these, so I got a 18mm socket. This is what I used on the other side, and you got a couple of taps and these should come right off. I didn't get it in there good enough. I do have a set that Mike dropped off. It's regular closed-on lug nuts, so I can throw those on. All right, put a lug nut in here. Get the next one off. All right, that looks a million times better. Got the driver's side done too. So if anybody wants a set of bullet-shaped, stupid-ass lug nuts, let me know. I'll ship them to you. I'm just kidding. They're going in the garbage. So now I'm going to get this thing on the ramps, and then we're going to get underneath there, and we're going to start unbolting this transmission and get it prepped for removal. All right, I'm going to use the imaginary lift in my head, and we're going to get this car off the ground. I got this thing off the ground. My imaginary Bendix lift lifted it up, so I'm gonna get underneath there and check out the damage. All right, so it's not looking too bad. It only has half the exhaust. Looks like it's missing the center section where the X pipe would be, but not too bad. So what we're gonna start doing, I'm gonna get the down tubes taken off, take the starter off, take the inspection plate off, undo the torque converter, start taking the trans bolts off, and then I'll get the rear end jacked up on some 12-ton jack stands, take the drive shaft off, and we should be able to just get this thing out pretty quick. So let's roll. All right, battery is disconnected. Start getting starter unbolted. All right, starter's loose. Now I gotta find the bolt. There's the bolt. We'll put this bolt. It's supposed to go on the bottom, not the top. There we go. 4.6 starter out. All right, I got that dreaded starter out. So now we're gonna unbolt the transmission and pull it out. All right, taking the torque converter bolts off. We got one loose already. Got to be careful with these. They're a 9/16 and they will strip or round off. I mean, they're made of cheap material. Alright, well I got all the torque converter bolts out, so now I gotta go on top and get to the top two bell housing bolts behind the intake. So. Okay, so I'm working on getting the top two bell housing bolts out from the top. It's just easier for me to do it this way. Most guys just cock a transmission back and stick a long extension up there to get them, but that ain't gonna happen because we're not on a lift, we're on the ground. So I'm gonna get these knocked out and then we're gonna take this thing out. Okay, I did get both the trans bolts out from the top of the bell housing. On the driver's side, once it was loose, I was able to stick my hand up there to get it out. So if you do it from the top, you got all the hoses and harness in the way. So anyway, next up is to take the drive shaft out, drop the cross member, and then pull this trans out. Okay, well I got the transmission out, and as well as all the fluid all over my driveway. So here we go. All right, there it is. It is out. So now we got to put that guy in, the correct one. That's a torque converter over here. I got the new transmission slid underneath the car. I'm gonna try and get it back up in there. Okay, here we go. No, we're home free. The transmission is in all the way. Right now I'm just gonna zap K member or the cross member back on. This wrong size. Getting this thing lowered. Alright, I'm gonna get this out of here and get the drive shaft in. Drive shaft is in. Cross member is all bolted up. Trans mount all bolted up. Gotta get the shifter cable put in, all the electronic crap plugged in, and then we're pretty much done underneath here. Alright everyone, so the transmission is done. I got the car on the ground, turned around. We have some other work that we have to do to it, but that'll be in a later video. So let's start it up and just double check everything. It rolls. Alright, let's check reverse. Awesome. Alright everyone, so that's gonna end it for this video. The transmission swap on the 2000 Mustang went very good, except for my driveway. It is completely moisturized in transmission fluid, but that's okay. If it was oil, it'd be another story. So there's still a lot of work that I still have to do to this thing before we get it back on the road. It has a coolant leak, a fuel leak, and it doesn't have an exhaust whatsoever. That's how it was delivered to me, so we're gonna get all that stuff figured out. But in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, share. And also check out my Patreon, PJS Garage Inc. at Patreon. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.